Today I just want to share with you what I wish I would have packed and what I wish I wouldn't have packed. Let's talk about my sleep system. Our guides provided a camping mattress that was actually kind of comfortable, and then they recommended that we bring our own inflatable mattress. So I used the Big Agnes Air Core Ultra. It's an okay sleeping pad. I don't love it, I don't hate it, I'm just kind of meh about it. And then I have a 15-degree Big Agnes Hazel down bag. Once again, I don't love this bag, I don't hate this bag, I think it's pretty, but it leaks feathers. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about the sleeping bag, but I did bring a sleeping bag liner to put inside my sleeping bag if it got cold. Even on summit night, I was toasty and warm just with that sleep system alone, and I didn't need my sleeping bag liner. So I'm just gonna save the weight and leave it at home. But I sleep cold, and I'm generally a warmer person. If you get cold easily, then maybe you throw in a sleeping bag liner. For me, I just didn't need it. Next up, a travel mug. I wish I would have had a mug with me. We drank a lot of hot chocolate and tea on the mountain, and I wish I would have just had a travel mug that I could have filled with tea in the morning and just sipped along as we were hiking. We were hiking slow enough that I could have enjoyed a cup of tea on the trail as I was hiking. So this bad boy, my GSI mug that's been on a lot of adventures with me, will be going back to Kilimanjaro with me next August 2025. If you want to join me and my travel mug on that trip, we still have openings as of the time that I'm recording this video, so head to our website hikelikewoman.com to check it out. I brought along a Go Girl. So this is a female urinary device. I've talked about this a lot. It's essentially a device that helps you go to the bathroom standing up without making a gigantic mess. I brought this just in case I needed to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night in a water bottle. And also I brought it just in case there wasn't spots where it was easy to go to the bathroom. I didn't use it once. Some people on our trip did use their FUDs, their female urinary devices, the entire trip. I didn't use it because we had pretty comfortable toilets at our camps. We also had pretty good places where we could stop and go to the bathroom. If we didn't have a lot of privacy, our guides would just turn around. It was fun because they would say, water in is drinking water and water out is going to the bathroom. So when we needed to go water out, it was easy to stop most of the time and find privacy. So I didn't need my Go Girl. I'm not gonna take it again next year. If you watched our video where I broke down what I wore on summit night, one thing that I mentioned was at one point on summit night, my legs started to get a little bit cold, so I put my rain pants on. I put them on backwards. I only had time to take them off before it was time to go again. I didn't have time to put them back on, but I thought putting on rain pants would keep my legs a little bit warmer. So my legs were not cold from like the knee down. They were just cold from like my thigh up, where I have all this extra mass in my booty. So fat is not insulating, and that's what I have in the lower part of my body. I started to get cold right there, and I'm a huge fan of insulated skirts. I love scoop down skirts. I wear them every single day in the winter. I wish that I would have had a down skirt on the mountain. One girl in our group did, and I was so jealous that she brought hers, and she knows who she is. She was smart. So anyway, I'm gonna bring a down skirt on the mountain next year to wear on summit night, just to keep my bum and my thighs a little bit warmer. This was like all the extra warmth that I could have used on summit night. Bring in my down skirt. Next up was fewer toiletries. I'm really a minimalist when it comes to my care routine, even at home. I just brought a lot of stuff with me on the mountain that I didn't even use. Next year, I'm gonna just pare it down. All I'm gonna be bringing as far as toiletries go are my friend Wizzy wipes, toothbrush, toothpaste, not toothpaste tablets, but legit toothpaste, a little bottle of Dr. Bronner's, and then some Dermatone. That's really all that I need on the mountain, and that's all that I'm gonna bring. I guess you could add deodorant in there. The point is, I'm really gonna pare down my toiletries. One thing that I neglected to do, and I know better than this, I was just obsessed with protein and how much protein I was getting, and I also wasn't very hungry. Once we hit 13,000 feet, I kind of just lost my appetite, and it was actually a little bit difficult for me to eat. I wasn't nauseous, my stomach wasn't upset, but I just didn't have an appetite. Every time we would stop, I would try to take a bite of a protein bar, and I had these delicious chocolate protein bars that tasted amazing on the mountain. After a few days, my body was sick of sweet stuff, and I just wanted salty stuff. So next year I'm definitely throwing in some beef jerky, maybe some Slim Jims, maybe some Pringles. I don't know, but my body wanted salt. And I think because I've been on this weird weight gain, weight loss kind of weird trajectory the past 2 years, I've been obsessed with protein and trying to lose a few pounds, and I think that mentality carried over with me to my Kilimanjaro climb, and my body just wanted salt. Next year, that's what I'm gonna give it. Another thing that I brought that I was really thankful that I had was a poncho. It didn't rain, we didn't need our rain gear or our ponchos, but it was a little weird crawling in and out of our tents because we were on slopes and uneven terrain and really close together in some campsites and all these things. We put a poncho in that space between the fly and the tent, right in the vestibule there, so we could sit on that poncho and put our boots and shoes on, and so when we were climbing in and out of our tent, we didn't scrape our knees and our hands on the rocks. We were really glad that we had ponchos that we could just lay down as kind of a carpet in that area to protect our body, and it was great. I also put a lot of time and effort into thinking what I was putting in my luggage when I was flying to Kilimanjaro. I wanted to have a really light backpack on the flights because it's a long trip. I didn't want to be fighting people for overhead compartment space, and I didn't want to have a heavy carry-on. There were a few essential items that I needed for my hike, like my boots, that I took in my carry-on, and then I divided my gear between 2 bags. I could check 2 bags for free. In my mind, I was thinking, if I just pack 1 bag and that 1 bag gets lost and it has everything in it, then I'm hosed and I have to rent and borrow gear. But if I pack 2 duffel bags and I divide things between those duffel bags, so basically if 1 bag got lost or stolen, I would still have pretty close to what I needed to be warm, dry, comfortable, and safe on the mountain. Everything would be okay. So I divided my stuff kind of equally between 2 duffel bags and my carry-on, knowing that I had my most important things with me, and then I could make do with either bag depending on what showed up. So where I'm going with this is I think it's important to put a lot of thought into not just what you're taking on the mountain, but how you're getting your gear to Kilimanjaro. That's what I had on the mountain that I was glad I had, what I had on the mountain that I didn't use and that I won't be bringing back next year. If you want my full packing list, my full gear guide, my full clothing and gear guide, including what I took on the mountain this year, what I'm not taking next year, and what I'm adding next year, go ahead and go to the description there. You can just click that link, get access to all of that. And if you've enjoyed these videos, learning more about Kilimanjaro, how to prepare, how to pack, what to wear, all those things, just hit that like button. If you would like to join me for my next trip up Mount Kilimanjaro or anywhere in the world, we travel from Costa Rica to Kilimanjaro. We go on a lot of great trips all year long. Head on over to our website, hikelikeawoman.com. There you can find details and information about all of our upcoming adventures. Thanks so much. I'll see you out on the trails.